and how to lose and how to choose.
So Hunter, today you're going to take me on a tour of the new municipal building.
Yes, it'd be my pleasure to do that.
You're going to introduce me to some of the different departments here?
Yes, we have 20 some odd employees in this building.
Wow. And I think the plan is that we're going to be doing shows, walking through life shows around the different departments here throughout the year.
Yes, I hope so. For many years, we have struggled to try to get as much information out to the public about what we do, how local government works, and current events. And so we're seeing this as another opportunity to help spread information and engage the citizenry.
Yeah, and I absolutely want to say that too to the audience, the Walk Through Life audience too, is that this will be an education for all of us.
Yes.
And something we can learn from.
We hope so. We hope that this will be a regular event. We hope maybe even on a monthly basis to introduce the public to individual departments and to hear what those departments do and what the current events are in those departments, so that people understand that not only is there a lot going on behind the scenes, but there's a seasonality to it. So some of the activities of our various departments change pretty dramatically from season to season.
So you're talking about like in the winter time, it's more of the snow plowing and the roads conditions and stuff like that?
Right.
And then other times it might be about building things in the summertime?
Sure. Public Works is a good example,
Yeah.
and that they have a very pronounced seasonal range to their work. In the wintertime, as you just gave an example, they're pretty much preoccupied with road maintenance and clearing the roads of snow and ice and keeping them passable. But in the summertime, of course, there's not a lot of that going on, so they switch to construction and road maintenance and bridges and culverts and things of that nature. So they change jobs pretty dramatically from season to season.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And another thing too I'm looking forward to too is getting to know what the Park and Recs do and what they offer and stuff like that. I think that's going to be exciting.
Sure.
And I like the idea of being able to talk to the select board every now and again about what's going on with the budget, what's happening, what's coming down.
Yeah, well, we hope that each of these shows will feature a different department from time to time. They'll have the opportunity to give you an overview of how their department works, what their general mission is, and then update the public as to events that have just occurred or are about to occur for their department. And so that's a way for the public to kind of have a heads up as to what's going on, what they have to look forward to in the coming season. And certainly, I'm sure the board would love to be involved and have an opportunity to address the public on some of the issues that they're dealing with, because they too have a very full and complicated agenda throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to connect. People have a hard time connecting with the select board or the select board connecting with the people.
Sure.
Because it's really hard to either get to the select board meetings or have time to watch it or things like that. So.
Yes, well, we forget everybody in the community is busy with their own lives, looking after their families and their own opportunities, their own employment commitments. And we do that here on a daily basis, but this is our job, and so we're here every day. And it's very hard for people who are engaged in other things to be able to keep up with what's going on in this particular building or around town. It's just not their focus, and we understand that. So we're hoping that this will just be another opportunity for them to tune in and have a chance to see what's going on around town.
Kind of like we can bring this to you so you can actually see it.
Yes, we hope so.
About it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And I want to tell the Walk Through Life audience out there to look forward to this coming up. And I think probably the next meeting might be sometime this month or next month.
Yes, we hope so.
Yeah.
Right.
So look forward to that. And if you have any concerns or suggestions or anything like that, you can email me at walklife@comcast.net. You can also call me at 295-0997 if you have anything that you would like to focus on, whether it's the park and recreation or whatever.
Right.
And certainly they can talk with you.
Sure, absolutely. We have a very open door policy. We have visitors come and see us all day long. Each one of our departments would love to have people come in and visit. You can access us via our webpage, by telephone, by email. All of our addresses are listed on our webpage, and we would love to have people come in. It's part of our job, it's part of our mission to educate the public and disseminate information. So we welcome people's questions and visits.
And also come down and take a tour. That was a wonderful tour. I enjoyed it so much, the history, what's happening now, the different departments. This is great, and I think that I would like to encourage everybody, just come down and check it out.
Right.
Go ask for Hunter.
We do give tours. We have a lot of folks that come by to visit, a lot of people that went to school here when it was a school, or people that have come by to see what's happened to the building since its renovation. The building is 150 years worth of history in the community. It's now been fully renovated. There's only one little piece of it that is left visible from its original construction days. It's all now very energy efficient, very up to speed from an information technology perspective. I believe, as I recall, the building has an R factor in the ceiling of like R65, and the walls are R40 something. I can't recall off the top of my head. It's a very energy efficient building. The building was renovated to celebrate our past while preserving it and preserve it for the future. So there's a lot of very cool and very efficient new innovations in the building for current day use, as well as a number of areas that we have tried to preserve to remind us of our past.
And from what I understand, you also said that sometime in the fall we're going to have an open house, a big celebration.
We hope so, yes. That date has not been selected yet, but that's the intent, is to have a kind of a formal ribbon cutting and celebration in the fall when the weather is a little cooler and people are back from vacations and whatnot, so that more people can attend. But it's still a little bit of a work in progress. We're putting some finishing touches on the building.
Takes time, yeah.
Yeah, we were out of the building for a year, and I will say that it was completed essentially on time and within budget. It was, in fact, a little bit under budget. So we're in good shape in that regard, and I think the building is good for another 100 or 150 years.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time for coming on Walking Through Life and being willing to put in some education for people to
Absolutely.
learn more about what you do here and what everybody does.
This is we consider this to be the front door of our community, and this is their home and their building, so we welcome the interest and thrilled to have visitors anytime. Okay,
so this is Linda Carbonell, and I want to say a special thank you to my husband Ted Carbonell, who carried the camera around for me today. And thank you to Hunter, of course, for all the that he's done here and all the departments that we're going to meet on the way. And we will see you next time on Walking Through Life. Bye-bye.
Hi, we'd like to welcome you to the town clerk's office, and this is our town clerk, Beth Hill.
Hi. Vault is the only remaining part of the building before the renovations. Everything else has been demolished and replaced, except for this vault. And in the vault are all the vital records, land records, mortgage records, back to the 1800s.
Wow.
And for our temporary location, we had to scan everything. So everything that is in the vault is also scanned and on the computers. This is the new vault that they built to go along with the existing vault. As our records grow, we're running out of space, so we needed an extra vault that we have already filled up. Both vaults have fire suppression systems that if anything should go off, they will be protected. This area is where the attorneys do their research from everything that's been scanned from our records in the vault. They can look up the indexes, they can look at the documents, they can print the documents, and they can do it all from right in front of the computer.
Hi, welcome to the Hartford Recreation Department. This is a busy place in our building, and this is Fran, who is the air traffic controller of our program. She makes everything work. Fran?
This is the Recreation Department for the town of Hartford, and as you know, you can register for our programs. We send out our flyers twice a year, and you can register at www.hartfordrec.com, and you could either pay online with a credit card, or you can come into our office and stop at our window and pay with cash or check, and we'd be happy to see you. And please let us know if you have any suggestions for programs you'd like to see offered.
Hi, Tad Nunez, Director of Parks and Recreation, Town of Hartford. We take care of 14 municipal parks, a brand new municipal outdoor sports complex called the Maxfield Outdoor Sports Complex. We provide a wealth of recreation programs ranging from kids to adults to seniors, from youth sports to youth enrichment type activities. And we're loving our new municipal town hall.
How long have you been doing this job?
How long? 28 years.
There you go.
Yeah. 28 years of counting. Or trying, but that's okay.
Welcome to the Department of Planning and Development, and this is Lori Hirschfield, our director.
Hi, welcome to our department. Quickly, what we do. So we're in charge of all the stuff which I call this a long range and current planning. And so we deal with all of our permitting. So if you are interested in making an addition to your house, you need to come to our department and find out what your requirements would be. That's one thing that we do. We work a lot with a lot of our different organizations, such as the Planning Commission, the Zoning Board, the Energy Commission comes out of our department. We do a lot of transportation issues. We look at bicycle and pedestrian accessibility throughout the town, as well as vehicular access. We address a lot of the different issues going on with conservation, historic preservation. So we have a lot of different topics that come under our department.
Hi, my name is Michelle Wilson. I'm the assessor for the town of Hartford. I work with the Board of Listers in the town of Hartford to assess all the property values that affect the taxation of property within the town.
Also included in our Planning and Development Office is the Office of a Zoning Administrator. She's a member of our staff who helps people decide what it is that they would like to do to their properties and helps guide the development process. She's the one that will sit down with citizens, review their plans, make sure their plans are concurrent with local zoning regulations, and help them along towards a stated goal. This is Pat Stark. Pat Stark performs many important functions with us. In particular, she is the support staff for the listers and the assessor's office. Pat?
And what that means is I sit here and translate sales documents to the computer to generate the grand list. I answer people's phone questions and walk-in questions and just try to keep things going. I also wear the hat of the volunteer archivist for the Hartford Historical Society, as well as being on the Hartford Historic Preservation Commission.
Hi, this is the town manager's office. This is where we essentially function and perform most of the administrative duties relative to the town of Hartford. And in order to do that, I rely on two very capable assistants. The first one is Eliza LeBrun.
Hi, my name is Eliza LeBrun. I work for the town of Hartford in the town manager's office as the executive assistant to the town manager. I am responsible for helping the town manager with the day-to-day business, answering phone calls, answering questions, working with the employees, with insurances, doing some payroll information, and then just general assistance to different departments.
Hi, this is Randy Rule. She's the other half of our support staff here in the town manager's office, and I'll let her tell you what she does every day.
Hi, my name is Randy Rule. I am the administrative assistant for the town of Hartford, and I'm also the delinquent tax clerk along with comic relief.
This is our finance department. This is the department that's responsible for all of our financial controls and activities, and it's supported by 3 staff, full-time staff, and one of them is sitting right here. This is Tina, and I'll let Tina explain what she does every day.
Primarily, I am responsible for accounts payable, and I also do miscellaneous billings, and I am the backup for property taxes and utility payments that are processed through this office, and a few other miscellaneous accounting items.
That's good. Hi, this is the other half of our finance department, Derry Goodwin. She's filling in right now for another member of our staff that's on vacation. But Derry's been a long-standing member of our staff until her recent retirement. It was good enough to come back and volunteer to help out a little bit. And I'll let her tell you what she does during the day.
Okay, so I handle all the accounts receivable for the person who's on vacation. And that involves the taxes, current taxes, delinquent taxes, water, wastewater for Hartford and Quechee, and landfill, miscellaneous billing. Pretty much any money that comes into the town is handled by this position.
Hi, and welcome to our IT department, otherwise known as Information Technology. This is James. James is our IT coordinator, and he is responsible for pretty much everything that's electronic in the town of Hartford, within our organization, and all those things that we can't fix. So I'll leave it to James to give you a better idea as to what he does throughout his day.
Hi, I am James Gerjovic, and I view my role here as largely a support role where I, as Hunter said, keep all the electronics up and running, everyone's computers, printers, servers, network, etc. Mainly to allow the town employees to do their jobs effectively and efficiently.
This is the employee break room and kitchen. Our staff that works throughout the day often come up here for breaks and lunch time, but also this is where we prepare meals for activities that are going on in the building, the various committees and commissions that are here throughout the day, and in the evenings and on weekends often need support in areas of food preparation and storage, and this is where that occurs. At the other end of the room, you'll see an example of some of the brickwork that we were able to preserve during the renovation of the building. That is original to the original buildings, which are now roughly 150 years old. And we've done what we can, where we can, to preserve examples of some of the extraordinary brickwork that was done years ago. Okay, here we are on the second floor lobby, which is identical to the first floor lobby. And when we renovated this building, we did a number of things which we think are architecturally significant. As I previously mentioned, we've done our best to try to preserve as many interesting architectural elements as we could. But one element that a lot of the public may not be aware of is that the town offices as we know them today were actually built as two separate buildings. About 150 years ago, one building was built to house the town's elementary school. And about 10 years later, they decided the first building was not large enough and needed to be added on to house the rest of the elementary school, and they added in children from the middle and the high school. So the second half of the building was built in a mirror image of the first half. And they were built apart from one another, and the center of the building was filled in. So when we renovated the building, we added a glass connection in between the two original buildings to remind us of the history of the building. And as you look towards the west, you'll see in this particular case a glass area that connects the two buildings. You can see the walls on either side. Those are the original walls to the building. And the space in between has been reconnected using glass. So you'll find this feature on both the first and second floors.
Walking through this life of mine, well, it's teaching me so many things, like how to love and how to lose and how to choose.